भक्त वृंदा जय जय श्री चैतन्य जय नित्यानंद जय द्वैत चंद्र जय गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा प्रभुपदा जय प्रभुपदा जय गुरुदेवा गुरुदेवा जय गुरुदेवा ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरुर्वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कान्ता राधा कान्ता नमोस्तुते। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणि निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna dear devotees. First I would like all of you to wish you all a very happy Radhashtami festival.
Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. And then now we will continue with our discussion on Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay.
You went to temple, Mataji?
Yes, morning we had a festival class also.
Okay.
Then now in the evening we have Abhishek, Kirtan Abhishek, then Mahaprasad. Like that.
Mataji, ICC temple you can?
Yes, ISKCON Cultural Center is.
Okay.
Now we are going the Chaitanya Charitamrita. We will continue with our discussion from the Antya Lila, chapter 9, verse number 131 onwards. So we know that how we are going through the episode of Gopinath Patnaik, where Gopinath Patnaik was raised on the Changa, and then we know that how he had little misappropriately handled the government funds, and he was in debt, and to repay the debt he gave his horses, but the horses were not priced properly, and in that situation there was a little clash between the king's son, prince, and Gopinath Patnaik. And Gopinath Patnaik was raised in the Changa. And we know that how Bhavanand Rai and his 5 sons, one of them was Gopinath Patnaik, then Ramanand Rai also was one of the sons. So they were all very dear devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And the devotees come rushing to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu multiple times, pleading him to help them rescue Gopinath Patnaik. And apparently Vaninath Rai and all his family members were also arrested, but Vaninath Rai was continuously chanting the holy names when he was arrested. Suddenly somebody, the king's one more person, his assistant Harichandan, tells to the king that actually Gopinath Patnaik, there was a misappropriate of estimation of his horses. So it's only about money issues. Otherwise, Gopinath Patnaik as a person, he's very good. The entire family is very good. We don't have to kill them for that. So and then King Prataprudra was like, okay, about this I was not unaware of. So after all these incidents, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt little that for all the material help, they are taking my help, and I'm not able to do my bhajan like this. And so he tells this to Kashi Mishra, and Kashi Mishra in turn tells to King Prataprudra Maharaj. King Prataprudra Maharaj was a very dedicated, devoted servant of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he loved Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his associates. So he liked to do Vaishnava Seva. So in that context, he said that whatever due was there from Gopinath Patnaik was told that he doesn't have to paid off. Then his salary was increased. Then he gave a lot of benefits, and he told Gopinath Patnaik, next on going forward, please don't mishandle any government treasury. He gave that way, but all this information of whatever favors King Prataprudra did to the Bhavanand Rai and his family was told by Kashi Mishra to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is listening all this, and he is little happy that okay, all the devotees Vaishnavas are all happy with one another, and Gopinath Patnaik also has done the mistake, and he realized his mistake. And this said Prataprudra Maharaj's son had also done the mistake, so he also realized. So things were kind of settling, and Mahaprabhu was happy. So this discussion is not yet completed, so it is just going on. So see Gandhimati Mataji, see Antya 131.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
9.131. भक्त वत्सल्य ये बे प्रकट करिला पूर्वे येन पंच पांडवे विपदे तरिला. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: You have now demonstrated your love for your devotees just as when you previously saved the 5 Pandavas. Hare Krishna.
From great danger.
From great danger.
Yeah. So we know how the Pandavas were saved by Lord Krishna. So here Kashi Mishra is telling to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that so by this incident, because devotees took shelter of you and you showed your mercy, Bhavanand Rai and all his 5 sons, like Pandavas, how they were saved by Krishna, now Bhavanand Rai and Gopinath Patnaik and all others are saved by your mercy. Like that he tells. Then next one.
132. नेता दाती माते गोपीनाथ चरणे पंडी पाडिला राजा राजा कृपा वृत्तांत शकल कहिला. Translation: Gopinatha Patnayaka, his head covered with the silken wrapper, fell at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and described in detail the king's mercy toward him.
So King God had done his doubled his salary, whatever debt was there was also paid off, and then he tied a silken turban also on his head. And so Gopinath Patnaik honestly comes and does it. All these favors King did on me, and he also felt sorry for his mistake, and he falls at the lotus feet of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Next one.
133. Baki kauda pada hara divi guna vartana kaila. Puna Vishaya Diya Neta Dati Paraila. Translation: The king has excused me for the balance due. He said, he has reappointed me to my post by honoring me with the silken cloth and has doubled my salary.
So this is very good deal actually. So we should understand that even in the Krishna Lila, otherwise Bhagavatam also says, whenever Indra or some of the demigods did any mistake, they were repeatedly sometimes here, there, something, they were doing mistakes. But when Vishnu tells them that this is to be done, this is not to be done, immediately they follow. So that is the great quality. Like when it comes to Bali Maharaj's story also, that time Indra went and he understood that he did mistake to Brahaspati, but he takes shelter of Vishnu, and then Vishnu says that now you have to do these things, and that we had the churning of the milk ocean. Then certain things came out of the milk ocean. Then Vishnu tells, now don't touch this, don't touch this, don't touch this. Now you take this. So whatever Krishna tells, whatever Vishnu tells, the demigods listen at the end of it. So even if they do them, so we, like here now, the devotees, but Gopinath Patnaik, apparently he did the mistake also. But when he realized the mistake, he did not show his ego at that time. He did not show envy towards the king and his son also. He comes to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, begs pardon, then he also glorifies the king that all these favors he has done on me. He did not tell that, he did not put up a story that you know what why he did now. So that he did not do. So that is the quality of a devotee. Devotee sometimes because of our past desires or past conditioning, something which is out of our control, we end up doing we end up being in some situation by mistake. Means we may fall prey to certain situations, which is not correct. We should be careful, but sometimes we may fall prey. But then, when we realize or when we get the mercy, we should acknowledge it consciously, offer gratitude, pay respect, understand that this has happened because of this. Next time, that gratefulness should be there towards the Lord or towards the devotees or towards the Vaishnavas, wherever we have received the favor, and consciously understand that these mistakes should not be repeated from my side. So this is the quality of a devotee. So devotee is not like who will never do any mistake. Sometimes we end up doing mistakes, but when we realize our mistake, when we show our gratitude, or when we show our whatever tolerance, honesty, like that, when we show or when we are sincere towards the situation, the Lord appreciates and Vaishnavas also appreciate, and then we can move ahead in the path of bhakti. Otherwise, we just be very egoistic in our approach, then we don't progress anywhere, and unfortunately we go behind. So this is the quality of a devotee. Next one, Matij, 134.
134. Kahan kangera upara se marana pramata. Kahan neta dati puna yi sabha prasada. Translation. I was lifted upon the changa to be killed, but instead I was honored with this silken cloth. This is all your mercy.
This is very great quality of the Gopinath Patnaik. He's saying that I was actually raised on the changa. I would have died any time. But it is by your mercy today, instead of being dead, I have a silken turban on my head. So this is just pure mercy. Like that, he feels really indebted to Lord Chaitanya, and he really feels that such mistakes I should never commit again. Next one, Mataji. Changera,
135. Kangera upare tomara charana dhyana kailum charana smarana prabhuve yeyi pala kailun.
Prabhave.
Sorry. Tell me, Mataji. Pala?
Marana Prabhave ei phala pailun.
Ye pala pailun. Okay. Prabhave, sorry. Charana smarana prabhave yeyi pala pailun. Translation. On the Changa, I began meditating upon your lotus feet, and the power of that remembrance has yielded all these results. Hare
So
Krishna.
now see, now it shows on to the quality of the devotee also. The devotee at the right moment remembers the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord and takes shelter. That is very important. As devotees, we should know that all the time actually we should be remembering Krishna, but in times of danger we should know that immediately we should meditate on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya. So lotus feet of Lord Krishna, or today we are in Radharani's shelter, the lotus feet of Lord Srimati Radharani. We should immediately use our God given good intelligence to meditate and take shelter and feel sorry for the mistake we have done, and immediately we'll get received shelter. That is very important. For that intelligence to work that way, we need to do our sadhana bhakti also properly. Only when we are doing our sadhana bhakti, Krishna gives the right intelligence to act at that moment. Tesham satata yuktanam bhajata priti purvakam dadami buddhi yokam tam yenama upayantite. So at that time, Krishna gives the right intelligence. So Gopinath Patnaik, he was a devotee, entire family is a devotee, but he ended up mishandling the treasury of the government, and the situation happened. And then he was raised on the changa. When he was raised on the changa, he understood that he is in great danger. Anytime he will loses his devotional credit. Means not exactly he will lose, but if there is a chance to go back to Godhead in this lifetime, then why should we die in between? Half life we don't have to die. No, let's complete our life and go back to Godhead. So he immediately took deep shelter of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And here the devotees come and ask Mahaprabhu, and there Harichandan goes and tells the king. So a situation arises, and king becomes aware of the situation, and he releases Gopinath Patnaik. But Gopinath Patnaik clearly gives complete credit to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that because of your mercy it has happened. So this is how the relationship between Lord, Vaishnavas, devotees, all this happen. Devotees feel it's only because of the Lord. But actually, there is a material sequence of happenings also. Oh, king did not know, so he was raised on a chair. Like that also we can argue. Tell that because king did not know he was raised on the changa, when king got to know he was released. Where is the question of Lord in between? So all these also we can, but when as a mood of the devotee immediately felt, because I took shelter of Lord's lotus feet, I was able to come out of this greatest danger. So that is the consciousness of a devotee. Next, who wants to read? Today Radhashtami is special. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is none other than Radha and Krishna with the body and the mood of Srimati Radharani. Who wants to read? We are advertisement today. There are no devotees actually today. Okay, I will read for some time. लोके चमत्कार मोरा ये सब देखिया प्रशम से तुम्हारा कृपा महिमा गाना. Struck with wonder by my affairs, the populace is glorifying the greatness of your mercy. So Patnaik is telling that everybody is glorifying your mercy. He is telling this to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. किंतु तुम्हारा स्मरणेरा नाही मुख्य फला भाषा याते विषया चंचला. However, my lord, these are not the principal results of meditating upon your lotus feet. Material opulence is very flickering. Therefore, it's simply a glimpse of the result of your mercy. So this is a very important point here. It is not that when we meditate on the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord, we will be released from any material problems, or we will not lose money or something. These are all the material benefits are simply the byproducts. But real mercy is something different. It is like we get the greatest glance and the supreme. It is not that we are being spared from any material problems. That is not why we take shelter of the Supreme Lord. See, one can achieve the highest perfection of life simply by meditating the lotus feet of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Generally, people are concerned with the four religious principles, namely religion, material opulence, sense gratification, dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. However, as indicated by the Bhagavatam, success in these four kinds of material and spiritual gain are not the true results of devotional service. The true result of devotional service is actually development of one's dormant love for Krishna in every circumstance. In every circumstance, remember Krishna means developing that love for Krishna. Whom we love, we remember. No, we remember when we are small. No, wherever we call mommy, mommy, we call. Whatever you are calling in your language, amma, or whatever we call like that, because we have a strong bondage of love with that person, so we call like that. Similarly, immediately if we remember Krishna, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, take shelter of his lotus, it means that kind of a loving relationship we develop, we have it, so we do it, and it increases. So basic is it arises the dormant love within our heart for the Supreme Lord. So that is the reason we meditate on the lotus feet of the Lord. By the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, Gopinath Patnaik could understand that the material benefits had achieved were not the ultimate result of upon meditating on his feet. The true result comes when one is detached from material opulences. Therefore, Gopinath Patnaik prayed to the Lord for such detachment. He said that, please, I have done the mistake. I will not do the mistake again. Please let me not get attached to this material opulence. But let me always constantly, consciously remember your lotus feet. Let that be our prayer to also too on this auspicious day of Radhashtami. Next one. Ramaraya Vayaninata Kaila Nirvishaya Sei Krapamote Nahi Yate Aichakaya Haya. The real mercy has been granted to Ramananda Raya and Vaninath Rai, for you have detached them from all material opulence. I think I have not been favored by such mercy. You know, Ramanand Rai and Vaninath Rai, both the brothers of Gopinath Patnaik. And Ramanand Rai's story, we know how he gave up the position of governor from Karur. He came from Karur, Kovur. He came and he gave up his governor's position. And we know Vaninath Rai, one more brother, he Bhavanandra gave Vaninath Rai to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He's like, he's your eternal servant. So whenever there is Gundicha Marjan or whenever devotees come to Jagannath Puri, then Vaninath Rai is the person who goes and brings prasad from Anand Bazar, make sure that prasadam is purchased, the prasadam is served, and every devotee gets to eat prasad. All the seva is done by Vaninath Rai. He is dedicated, he is sold out to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is always with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So here Gopinath Patnaik is a Vaninath Rai has received your special mercy. Ramanandra has received. I did not receive mercy, looks like that he is telling, because I am still attached to material things. So only he ended up doing some hera fairy with the treasury. So he says like that. Next one. शुद्ध कृपा कर गोसाई घुच्च विषया निर्विण्ण हाइनु मोते विषय न हाया. Kindly bestow upon me your pure mercy so that I may also become renounced. I am no longer interested in material enjoyment. Immediately, he he felt so uh, unhappy for being for his act, and he's like, from now I don't want to be attached to my material opulence at all. To it next one. प्रभु कहे सन्यासी अबे हईब पंचचना कुटुंब बाहुल्य तुम्हारा के कोरे भराना. Mahaprabhu said, if you all adopt the renounced order and lose interest in dealing with pounds, shillings, and pence, who will take charge of maintaining a large family? So, Vaninatra is anyways is only the servant of Mahaprabhu. Ravanandra has given up his governor's job, and now Gopinath Patnaik, he is a treasurer. He has some government job actually, and he's like, I don't want to be attached to my job. I want to give up. And so Mahaprabhu is telling, if everybody is going to give up their job, then who will take care of your family? How will you maintain your family? Like Mahaprabhu is asking. Anybody wants to read? Ganimati Mataji will continue. Everybody is around, no?
Okay, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Please continue until anybody else raise their hands.
Okay. 141.
Yeah.
Makha Vishayakara Kiba Virakta Udasa Janme Janme Tuni Pancha Mora Nija Dasa. Translation. Whether you are involved in material activities or become completely renounced, you 5 brothers are all my eternal servants, birth after birth. Hare Krishna. Purport also I read, Mataji.
Yes.
Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakura comments that one should always remember that he is eternally a servant of Krishna. Whether one is engaged in material activity involving pounds, shillings, and pence, or is in the renounced order, he should always think that he is an eternal servant of God. For that is the real position of the living being, both taking sannyasa and dealing in one should always consider how to please and satisfy Krishna. Thus, even if one is involved in great material affairs, he will not become attached. As soon as one forgets that he is an eternal servant of Krishna, he becomes involved in material attachments. However, if one is always conscious that Krishna is the supreme master and that he is an eternal servant of Krishna, he is a liberated person. In any condition, entangling material activities will not affect him. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah, so point is that whatever situation, social situation we are based on, like we may be grahastha, or we may be dealing with material things, or we may be working, or we may be in renounced order. Whatever it is, the idea is to always remember Krishna, always do all your activities so that it pleases Krishna. Then that is the consciousness. It does not matter which social order you are involved in. That is what has been told here. Next one, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. 142. Kintu mora kariha eka ajna palana yaya na kariha kichu rajara muladana. Translation. However, just obey one order from me. Do not spend any of the king revenue. When a person forgets his position as an eternal servant of Krishna, he commits many sinful activities. But one who maintains his position as an eternal servant of Krishna cannot deviate from the path of morality, religion, and ethics. At the present, people all over the world, especially in India, have forgotten the relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead and His eternal servants. Therefore, the principles of morality, religion, and ethics have almost disappeared. This situation is most unfor- unprofitable for human society. Therefore, everyone should try to accept Krishna consciousness and follow the principles of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare
This is a
Krishna.
very nice thing. He said, now that all that is okay, now again don't do any mistake in the treasury. The point is, when we are actually situated in our right consciousness, then we will not do any mistakes. Natural morality, religion wise, or for breaking the ethics or regulatory principles, we will not do. So it is very important consciously to be focused on devotional service of the Lord. That consciousness, if it is in the right position, then we will not do any mistakes. So now Gopinath Patnaik, he did the mistake means there was a little ups and down in his consciousness, which he realized. That was a very good thing. He realized it and now he has committed not to do it. Mataji, next.
143. ರಾಜರ ಮೂಲದಾನ ದಿಯಯೇ ಕಿಚ್ಚು ಲಾಭ್ಯ ಹಯ ಸೇಹಿ ದಾನ ಕರಿಹ ನಾನಾ ಧರ್ಮೆ ಕರ್ಮೆ ವ್ಯಾಯ. Translation: First you should pay the revenue due the king, and then you may spend the balance for religious and fruitive activities. Hare
So
Krishna.
he says that next, because you may be wanting to do religious activities, or you might be wanting to do something for your personal things. Whatever it is, first pay whatever is supposed to be paid to the government. After that, whatever remains in that, you can decide what you want to do. This very straight instructions, proper instructions, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gives. Mataji, next.
144. Asatvyaya na kariha yate duyu lokayaya yeta bali sabe kare dilana vidaya. Don't spend your farthing for sinful activities for which you will be the loser both in this life and the next. After saying this, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bade them farewell.
So it is very important when we involve in sinful activities, we will lose things in this life and in the next life also, because that karma will be there for that which we have to repay. And here, because now he did the mistake, then he was raised on the changa. So a portion of his all that he lost his maryadi. He lost his maryada now, because respect he kind of little he lost, because people started understanding that, oh, he had mishandled king's treasury. How much he'll mind, it does not mind, doesn't know. So we will be the loser in this life as well as the next. So we should be very careful in following the regulative principles very strictly. Next one.
145. ರಾಯರ ಗಾರೆ ಪ್ರಭುರ ಕೃಪಾ ವಿವರ್ತ ಕಹಿಲ ಭಕ್ತ ವಾತ್ಸಲ್ಯ ಗುಣ ಯತೆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತ ಹೈಲ. Translation: Thus the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was spoken of in the family of Bhavanantaraya. The mercy was clearly demonstrated, although it appeared to be something different. Purport: the result of advancement in spiritual knowledge is not material improvement, but Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu advised Gopinatha Patnayaka how to use material opulence without incurring reactions to sinful life. From this advice, it appeared that the Lord encouraged Gopinatha Patnayaka to enhance this material condition. Actually, however, he did not. In fact, this was but a manifestation of his great affection for his devotee. Hare Krishna.
So
Thank you,
Mahaprabhu
Mataji.
did not tell him to give up the government job. He did not tell him. So apparently it looks like Mahaprabhu is telling, okay, you do the right thing and increase your material inclinations. He did not tell like that. He said that wherever you are, whatever you are doing, follow the principles very strictly and always be conscious about Lord. So that when we take shelter of the Lord, when we are in that mood, in any situation we can still remember the lotus feet of the Lord, and it does not matter which social condition we are fixed on. That is what Prabhupada is telling here. Krishnamurti Prabhuji, Hare Krishna, happy Radhashtami.
Hare Krishna Mataji, pranams Mataji.
Hare
Happy
Krishna. Yes, happy Radhashtami.
Radhashtami Mataji.
Yes, next one, 146.
Sabhaya alingeya Prabhu, Vidaya ya bedila, Hari davani kare, Sabha bhakta uti gela. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced them all and bade them farewell. Then all the devotees got up and left, loudly chanting the holy name of Hari.
Finally, the situation was kind of settled. Everybody was in tension. Not only Bhavanand Rai and his family, even all other devotees also. So finally, everything was settled. 147.
प्रभुरा कृपा देखी साबारा हैला चमत्कारा सहारा भुजिते नारे प्रभुरा व्यवहारा. Translation by C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Seeing the extraordinary mercy the Lord granted to the family of Bhavananda Raya, everyone was struck with wonder. They could not understand the behavior of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So they were very happy actually. Next one.
Text. तारा साबे यादी कृपा करीते साधिला आमा हाइते की चुनाए प्रभु तबे काहिला. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Indeed, when all the devotees had requested the Lord to bestow his mercy upon Gopinath Patnayaka, the Lord has replied that he could do nothing. He could purport. When a person is sinful, he loses both the chance for spiritual advancement and the chance for material opulence. If one enjoys the material world for sense gratification, he is certainly doomed. Advancement in material opulence is not the direct mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nevertheless, it indicates the indirect mercy of the Lord. For even a person too attached to material prosperity can gradually be detached and raised to the spiritual platform. Then he can offer causeless, purified service to the Lord. When Sri Chaitanya said, Amahaite Kichunaye, it is not my business to do anything. He set the ideal example for a person in the renounced order. If a sannyasi takes the side of a Vishayi, a person engaged in material activities, his character will be criticized. A person in the renounced order should not take interest in material activities, but if he does so out of affection for a particular person, that should be considered his up.
His special mercy.
Okay.
So here, see now Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a sannyasi he did not want to get involved. But devotees came and told that Ramanandra, because of you, he has come. Ramanandra has offered all his sons to you. So, like that, they told, and Mahaprabhu also knows. Then he showed his mercy. So, if for a material benefit, if we still get the mercy of the Supreme Lord, then it is Lord's special mercy on us. And also, it is told that here that whether we get material opulence or whether we get material opulence, it is also Lord's energy only, but it is not a direct energy of the Lord. It is a indirect energy because it is of karma. But without Lord's sanction, also we cannot get any material opulence. That is one part of the story. But basically, it is when we are Krishna conscious or when we remember the Lord, it is that it's the spiritual advancement that happens. And we see here it is told. Uh, but if we are sinful, we neither progress spiritually nor materially. Because what happens is because of the wrongdoings in the material world, we get caught. So we will lose our material opulence also. Name, fame, we lose it. And naturally, there is no spiritual advancement. But if we have material opulence and if we use it for the right purpose, right time, following the principles, and that time, slowly or eventually, definitely, we will get spiritual advancement in course of time. So that is not a problem. So however we are situated, we should remember that we should always do the right things and we should always remember the Supreme Lord. When these two things are very strictly followed, then other things are automatically taken. Probably next one.
Gopinath tera ninda hara apana nirveda ye matra kahila Iharana bhujite beda. Translation by C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. I have simply described the chastisement of Gopinatha Patnaika and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's indifference. But the deep meaning of this behavior is very difficult to understand.
Exactly how what is Mahaprabhu's mood we cannot understand, but this is what I understood, like that Kaviraj Goswami is telling. Prabhuji, next one.
काशी मिश्रे न सही सदिला राजा रना सदिला उद्योग वीण महाप्रभु जैतापाला दिला. Translation by C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu gave so much to Gopinath Patnaika without directly making requests of either Kashi Mishra or the king.
Actually, Mahaprabhu did not talk to anybody, but then Gopinath Patnaik got the favor. Next 5, you are okay to read?
Oh, yes, by all means, Matari.
Okay, 151.
Chaitanya Charitrera, Yeyi Parama Gambhira, Yeyi Bhuje Tandrapade, Yanramana Dhira. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. The intentions of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are so deep that one can understand them only if he has complete faith in service to the lotus feet of the Lord.
That is also important for us as readers. Only when if we have personal faith on the Supreme Lord, then only these passages we find it relevant. Otherwise, we find it's too much of exaggeration. Next one. Yes, Prabhuji. Cannot hear.
Second, Mataji. Now, Mataji?
Yes.
I have changed my device, Mataji.
Yes.
ये इहा सोने प्रभुरा वात्सल्य प्रकाश प्रेम भक्ति पाया तांड्रा विधाया विपादा वायनासा. Translation by C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Whether or not one understands it, if one hears of this incident concerning the activities of Gopinatha Patnaika and Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's causeless mercy upon him, certainly he will be promoted to the platform of ecstatic love for the Lord, and for him all dangers will be nullified.
Oh, so nice. So it is like whether we understood or we don't understand. Simply if you have heard through the pastime of Gopinath Patnaik, how Lord helped him and how he was released from his situation, all dangers in our life will be nullified. Haribol. Next one.
Okay. श्री रूप रघुनाथ पादयार आशा चैतन्य चरितामृत कहे कृष्णदासा. Translation by C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Praying at the lotus feet of Sri Rupa and Sri Raghunatha, always desiring their mercy, I Krishnadasa narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita following in their footsteps. Purport.
There is no purpose. Thus ends the Antya Lila 9th chapter.
Bhaktivedanta purport Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Antya Lila 9th chapter, describing the deliverance of Gopinatha Patnaika and the manifestation of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's causeless mercy to his devotee. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Next chapter will start. Mahaprabhu accepts prasadam from his devotees. Okay, 1 second. I'll read some. Then after that, one of us can read. Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanyam Bhaktanugraha Kataram Yena Kenapi Santushtam Bhakta Dattena Shraddhaya. Let me offer my respectful obeisances unto Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is always pleased to accept anything given with faith and love by his devotees and is always ready to bestow mercy upon them. The very first verse of every chapter is written by Krishnaj Kaviraj Goswami, which expresses his heart and his faithfulness and his appreciation for Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Next one. Jai Jai Gaurachandra, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. All glories to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all glories to Nityananda Prabhu, all glories to Advaita Chandra, and all glories to all the devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. वर्षांतरे सब भक्त प्रभु रे देखिते परमा आनंदे सबे नीलाचल येते. Next year, all the devotees are very pleased to go to Nilachal. see Chaitanya. So next, every year they come for the Rath Yatra festival, and next year another year came. Another year again, devotees are very happy to come and meet Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Either Advaitacharya Gosai, Sarva Agra Ganya, Acharya Ratna, Acharya Nidhi, Srivasa Adi Dhanya. Advaitacharya Gosai led the party from Bengal. It's always he is the leader. He was followed by Acharya Ratna, Acharya Nidhi, Srivas Thakur, and other glorious devotees. Acharya Ratna was the son of Srivas Thakur, I think. So I'm not sure. Or a son of Advaitacharya only, maybe. Yeah. Okay. So next one.
Shall I continue, Mataji?
From 6th you can continue. This one and
Okay.
यद्यपि प्रभुराज्ञा गौड़े रहिते तथापि नित्यानंद प्रेमे लीला देखिते. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had ordered Lord Nityananda to stay in Bengal, but nevertheless, because of ecstatic love, Nityananda also went to see. Actually, what had happened last year, after the Rath Yatra festival, when everybody were going back, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Nityananda Prabhu that next year you do not come, you be in Bengal only, please, and preach there. So like that, he had told to Nityananda Prabhu, but Nityananda Prabhu he is an Avadhuta. So this year he was feeling so much separation from Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He also decides to come with the devotees of Nilachal, of Navadvip to Nilachal. Prabhuji, next one.
Okay, Mataji. अनुरागेर लक्षण ये विधि नहीं माने तंत्र आज्ञा भांगे तंद्रा संगेरा करणे. Translation basic Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Indeed, it is a symptom of real affection that one breaks the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, not caring for the regulative principles to associate with him.
So it depends on how close what is your relationship with anybody. Like in our life also, if we are very closely intimate with someone, we do not care to follow all the rules and regulations. We break also, but still that love remains. Similarly, Nityananda Prabhu, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu had that kind of relationship. When it comes to Yashoda and Krishna, although Lord is a supreme Lord, but when it comes to Yashoda Krishna relationship, they are mother and son. So that is the kind of relationship they have. So it is real affection means breaks. That is Krishna, when he was small, he broke the pots of butter like that, because that is the kind of relationship they are having with their devotees. Next one, Prabhuji.
राशेयायिच गहरयते गोपीरे आज्ञा दिला तांड्रा आज्ञा भांगी तांड्रा संगे से राहिला. Translation basic Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. During the Rasa dance, Krishna asked all the gopis to return home, but they neglected his order and stayed there for his association.
So yeah, when during the Rasa dance he plays his flute, and all the gopis just leave everything and rushes to the place Vamsi Vata, where they hear the Vamsi. When they reach there, Krishna is like, okay, you have come very nice. Okay, everybody, it's late night, very midnight. It's not good for girls to come out like this. Go back to your house. Like that, he said. And the gopis did not go. They said, no, we cannot leave you, because that was their mood. So when there is intimacy in the relationship, they can choose to neglect. Next one.
आज्ञापालने कृष्णेरा यायीचे परितोष प्रेमे आज्ञा भंगीले हाया कोटि सुख पोषा. Translation basic Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki. If one carries out Krishna's order, Krishna is certainly pleased. But if one sometimes breaks his order due to ecstatic love, that gives him millions of times greater happiness.
So that is the deep relationship they have, because when Rukmini Krishna, Rukmini, everything, whatever Krishna says, Rukmini just listens and just does whatever Krishna wants. But Satyabhama and Krishna, they have then another level of relationship. They have always a kind of fight, and Krishna, whatever says, Satyabhama may do, may not do. She may fight for a particular thing. She may tell Krishna that I want it. So these are the kind of relationship Krishna has with his devotees. Next one. Okay, we'll ask Sumati Mataji to read. Mataji, read. Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavat Pranam. Happy Radhashtami.
Wishing you all the same, Mataji. Happy Radhashtami.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Vasudeva Datta Murari Gupta Ganga Dasa Shriman Sena Shriman Pandita Akinchana Krishna Dasa Murari Garuda Pandita Buddhimanta Khana Sanjaya Purushottama Pandita Bhagavan Shuklambara Nrisimhananda Arayata Jana Sabaicha Lila Nama Nayaya Likhana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Vasudeva Datta, Murari Gupta, Ganga Dasa, Shriman Sena, Shriman Pandita, Akinchana Krishna Dasa, Murari, Garuda Pandita, Buddhimantha Khan, Sanjaya Purushottama, Bhagavan Pandita, Shuklambara Brahmachari, Narsimhananda Brahmachari, and many others joined together to go to Jagannath Puri. It would be impossible to mention the names of them all.
So all close, very intimate associates, everybody from Navadvip starts walking towards Jagannath Puri. Adani next.
Kulinagrami Khandavasi Milila Asiya Shivananda Sena Chalila Sabare Laya. Translation: the inhabitants of Kulina Grama and Khanda also came and joined. Shivananda Sena took the leadership and thus started taking care of them all.
This is the every year event. This is what happens. Madhuri, next one.
Raghava Pandita Chale Jhali Sajaiya Damayanti Yata Dravya Diyache Kariya. Translation: Raghava Pandita came with bags full of food prepared very nicely by his sister Damayanti.
So they were the residents of Panihatti. So every year they come from Panihatti, Kulinagram by Satyaraj Khan. Then we have Khanda, Sri Khanda, where Narhari Sarkar. And then we have devotees from Navadvip. All come and they all meet up at Jagannath Puri with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Yes.
Nana Apurva Bhakshya Dravya Prabhura Yogya Bhoga Vatsareka Prabhu Yaha Karena Upayoga. Translation: Damayanti made varieties of unparalleled food just suitable for Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to eat. The Lord ate it continuously for 1 year.
So these are the special preparations. It is told that in small bags, constant, all items were prepared by Damayanti, sister of Raghava Pandita. And Raghava Pandita carries them from Panihatti and comes to Jagannath Puri and gives. And Mahaprabhu can eat those bhakshya for 1 year. That means what kind of, it means it doesn't get spoiled. So those are the kinds of things Damayanti knows to prepare. Next one, Mataji.
Amrakashandi, Adakashandi, Jhalakashandi Nama, Nembu Ada, Amrakoli, Vivida Vidana, Amsi Ama Khanda Tailamra, Ama Sata, Yatnakari, Gundakari, Parana Sukuta.
See, these are all Bengali names. It's so interesting to read them only. Mataji, another 4-5 you can read. Sumati Mataji, you're okay?
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, please, translation.
Yeah. These are the names of some of the pickles and condiments in the bags of Raghava Pandita. Amra Kashandi, Ada Kashandi, Jala Kashandi, Nembu Ada, Amra Koli, Amsi, Amakhanda, Tailamra, and Amasata. With great attention, Damayanti also made dried bitter vegetables into a powder.
So they don't get spoiled, because ama is all mangoes only. Mango sweet part, all different 7 types of mango pickles are only there. Then nembu is, I think, lemon. Then jhala we don't know. Then maybe it is gooseberry also. Don't know. Next one.
Shukuta Bali Avakya Nakariha Chite Sukutaya Ye Sukha Prabhura Dahana He Panchamrite. Translation: do not neglect Sukuta because it is a bitter preparation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu derived more happiness from eating this Sukuta than from drinking Panchamrita, a preparation of milk, sugar, ghee, honey, and yogurt.
Shukta means it is of bitter god. Don't do like that. Mahaprabhu loved it. So it is told here also, whenever we are cooking, that if you know to do Karela, it is good. But we should really know to do the Bengali type of Karela here. So that is what Mahaprabhu, Lord accepts everything. He accepts our devotion, but that is particularly he was honoring during his Lila when he was in his pastimes, when he was in this material world like that. Mataji next.
भावाग्राही महाप्रभु स्नेह मात्र लया सुकुटापातका शंडिते महासुख पाया. Translation: Since Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he extracts the purpose from everything. He accepted Damayanti's affection for him, and therefore he derived great pleasure even from the dried bitter leaves of Sukuta and from Kashandi, a sour condiment.
Damayanti was preparing with utmost love, and Mahaprabhu was tasting the love of Damayanti along with the item. Item was also prepared the best actually. Yes.
Manushya buddhi Damayanti kare prabhur paya Guru bhojane udare khabu amahaya. Translation: Because of her natural love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Damayanti considered the Lord an ordinary human being. Therefore, she thought that he would become sick by overeating and there would be mucus within his abdomen. Purport, should I read, Mataji?
Yes, yes.
Because of pure love, the devotees of Krishna in Goloka Vrindavana, Vrajabhumi, loved Krishna as an ordinary human being like them. Yet, although they considered Krishna one of them, their love for Krishna knew no bounds. Similarly, because of extreme love, devotees like Raghava Pandita and his sister Damayanti thought of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as a human being, but their love for him was boundless. By overeating, an ordinary human being becomes prone to a disease called Amla Pitta, which is a product of indigestion characterized by acidity of the stomach. Damayanti thought that such a condition would afflict Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
This is the loving exchange between the devotees and the Supreme Lord. So Damayanti, although they had an intense love for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because Lord is none other than the Paramatma within our heart. So because of that intense love, but still they would consider Lord as a human being. And when they eat lot of sweets, now we had the Janmashtami and now we have Radhashtami and some bhoga is prepared and we get some bhoga, somebody would have given whatever. And we eat and we had kind of stomach pain we get. So something I'm also understanding now. I also don't know exactly what they are trying to say. But so Damayanti had conscious about that. So in the next readings, we will know that if you eat this too much, then we want something else which it's kind of a medicine. So that also Damayanti will prepare and send, like a ginger kind, something like a digestion, good for digestion. So that if you eat lot of sweets, then you have little indigestion problem. Then you eat that another preparation which she only will do and send, so that by eating that, the stomach will be normal. And if it is overeating, then it is to increase your appetite, then she'll send something else. So all this she'll be work out. If you eat this more, then he needs that. Mahaprabhu will need that. And then he'll need this, then he will need this. But he likes that. Because he likes it, I will do that. Doing this, so many hundreds of items she used to prepare and send it through her brother. So with that, we will stop here. Wishing you again a very happy and blissful Radhashtami festival. Please consciously meditate on Srimati Radharani's lotus feet and beg her mercy for our advancement in devotional activities. And let us always remember the mercy and love of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and try to serve in the mood of the servant. And this is a very auspicious day. On this Radhashtami day, let's seek prayers for each other. Hare Krishna, Granthra Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
Hare
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.